Hello, welcome to California in Focus. I'm Dave Mason, the Southwest editor with the Center Square. I'm here with Kenneth Schrupp, the reporter covering California. So, Kenneth, I know that there was a jobs report that was issued, and it came out like a mixed bag, as numbers often do. What is the summary of this report for the jobs report?
Well, it's not a mixed bag. It's actually entirely a bad bag. It says that California has lost 173,000 private sector jobs and added 181,000 government jobs since January 2023, except that most of those jobs are just part-time minimum wage jobs in which taxpayer money is used to pay people in people's households for taking care of them. This is stuff that people may normally have already been doing. This program is available to undocumented immigrants to hire other undocumented immigrants. So it's really just a shuffling of paperwork to say that we have jobs growth when we really haven't. The report does also say that about 38% of all of these new, 181,000 new government and government supported jobs are from this program. So it's almost half of these quote unquote jobs are from this welfare program. The report also found that hourly wages are up a little bit, but that's because we passed a $20 an hour fast food minimum wage, and we also passed a $25 an hour healthcare minimum wage. So employers are cutting hours. Average hours worked are down. Employers are cutting their hours to reduce labor costs. It's not a good picture. Once you look further at sort of the sectors in the private sector that did grow, there were 3 in the quote unquote private sector that grew. And I say quote unquote because the only parts that grew were the sort of transportation and energy sector and utilities sector that's bundled as one. But that's all from government spending and government mandates for green energy and green transportation. So would that sector have grown without government spending? Probably not. The other part that grew was education, which, as we know, is funded in pretty much entirely by government grants for research and government student loans. So again, we're not really seeing a lot of private sector growth.
Is there any good news in this report?
No. When you look further at the state legislature's reports on this program, it's called In-Home Supportive Services. It is a Medi-Cal benefit for individuals who are elderly or disabled. I suppose the idea is that you can pay people to pay their family members, their household members. The state, by the way, is the one that says that it usually is household members who are hired for this. And you have to have a government health official or a contractor come to your house and see how many hours of care you need. It's about, I believe it's about $19 an hour and up to a bit over 200 hours a month. So it's not full-time employment and it doesn't come with benefits, but it is still a very large part of the budget because the state is going to spend about $28.5 billion, or at least that's been proposed for this program this year. It covers, again, as I said, up to about 283 hours of assistance per month. It is likely, though, that most people are already doing these tasks for family members for free because it's a basic familial duty. And this is historically how we've taken care of each other since time immemorial.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about this report?
Yeah. The state analysts are very concerned about rapidly growing caseloads, right? Because the number of people eligible for these programs is skyrocketing because every single year we pass new enrollment exemptions. So we decided that we're going to let every undocumented immigrant in California be eligible for this. So we made immigration status no longer an issue for enrolling in this taxpayer-funded benefit and this taxpayer-funded program. And then we decided to eliminate means testing based on assets. So somebody who lives in a $5 million house but has income that is low enough to qualify will be able to still get free benefits funded by the taxpayer, even though they might have an extremely high level of assets. The state does expect that a quarter of Californians are going to be 6 years older by 2030, which with the state's generous retirement age that for some starts in the 50s, means that you're going to have not many workers supporting a lot of retirees who are retiring earlier and living a lot longer. This is going to put a major fiscal strain on the state, and it's really not clear how we're going to keep raising tax revenue to pay for significantly growing benefits. I think I remember seeing that the government's budget in 2019 was about $100 billion from the state budget less than it was this year. So that just shows that we're really growing spending, growing programs much faster than we're growing real revenue and the real economy.
I guess it all comes down to a battle of the numbers. So thank you, Kenneth. And this has been California in Focus. I'm Dave Mason here with Kenneth Schrupp. For more news, please go to thecentersquare.com.